Welcome back to Fox 5 Weekend Live. I have Jen Delgado here with me.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Good. You know, it's Saturday. Today actually was a pretty nice day outside.
It was.
You know what? It wasn't too hot. We had the clouds around, and you were able to go outside and enjoy it. But the weather is kind of going downhill.
I was worried it was going to rain. Yeah, I was just out there for a quick second.
No, it's just trying to tease you a little bit.
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll see some rain around, and we'll see some thunderstorms. And we actually need the rainfall because we're still dry, but we could see potentially some heavy rainfall. But you know what I have with me?
That's what I was going to say. People were at the fair.
People were at the fair. This is my monster bag of cotton candy.
That looks lovely.
I went to the Fairfax County Carnival and Fair.
And came back with the goods.
And I held it so I could bring it into work so everybody could try it. Multiple colors. I spent a lot of money out there.
Did you really?
You wouldn't try this, though.
I did.
I see it.
I was like, is she going to share like now?
I will share it with you. What's your favorite color?
Pink.
Pink?
Yeah.
Well, you may have to start from the top. You may have to start from the top.
I went blue today.
Okay, that's all right.
Try some cotton candy.
Try some cotton candy. I like pink and I like yellow too, but it just melts in your mouth.
Good.
It's pretty good, right?
I don't remember the last time I had it. I'm way overdue.
And it's been a while. Sometimes you can get them at like the Five Below store. It doesn't taste the same.
Oh.
You gotta have it fresh from the machine.
You have to go from the fair.
Yes,
the fair is the
to the
best
fair.
place to get it, really.
And the fair is happening tomorrow. It will be, I think, until 4 o'clock tomorrow at the fair. At the Frying Pan Farm.
And we are sending someone out there. Our photographer will be out there
tomorrow.
To go give a live look at what's happening. We also had another photographer out at the Prince William County Fair. So there's a lot of fairs going on.
I know that was going on.
Of year.
And then the Octocon.
Yes.
The anime.
Yeah, you were there yesterday.
Manja. Yeah, that was going on. They party till 2 a.m.
Oh, wow.
And then they started another party.
There's a lot of coffee going around.
This cotton candy's pretty good. It's interfering with my
weather.
weather
You might go through that bag as we speak.
You might have to take the bag. Because I can't even do my weather forecast.
I'm taking control.
All right, you guard that with your life.
I got
and I will produce the weather forecast from here. All right, well, hopefully you're having a nice Saturday and enjoy it. And go outside right now while it's dry because, again, tomorrow doesn't look like it's going to be the best day out there. We give you the countdown. Labor Day, 37 days away. I see you over there trying to eat that cotton candy, Kaylin. 37 days away. First day of fall, 52 days away. So it's so hard to believe, but we're in August 1st, and that means the average high temperature now is actually 89, no more than 90s. This is a sign summer is coming to an end. All right, so we could see a few showers showing up for tonight, and that's mainly going to be down towards the south. But tomorrow it's going to be humid. We got an area low pressure coming in from the Midwest that's going to head our way, and that's going to make the weather just not as nice as it was today. All right, so hot and humid conditions are kicking off. Now, as we look ahead and we look outside, this is our camera out in Loudoun County where they have dry conditions. People are out at Bear Chase, and people are always out there. It's one of my favorite places. It's a little far, but it's certainly worth the trek, especially when the weather is nice. But you can see everything nice and green out in Loudoun County. Now, as we look at the temperature, it is 84 degrees right now. With 84 degrees and a dew point of 72, feels like 90 degrees. So it's certainly warm outside. Our winds are from the south, and with those southerly winds in place, that is what's going to continue to increase and boost our humidity levels. But as we look at the temp right now, we are at 84 degrees in Gaithersburg, 78 in Culpeper, and then 79 in Winchester, and then 79 in Annapolis. So nobody's really extremely hot right now. Our temperature's running about 5 degrees warmer than they were this time yesterday. But as we look at our satellite and radar right now, our rainfall right now showing up on the lighter side, and it's mainly coming out of Culpeper, right along south of 66. There were some showers that came out of parts of St. Mary's as well as Calvert County, now crossing over towards the bay, and then a few showers near Baltimore. But as we zoom in, we take away the cloud cover, the rainfall precip is very light. So south of Front Royal, near Washington, there it is, Culpeper. So it's going to continue to try to trek up to the north, but again, just very light stuff. No lightning happening as we speak right now. So that is the good news. So we add in, we talk about the big setup that's going on right now. And we have this low pressure system. And it's actually moving pretty quickly. It was on top of St. Louis closer to about the 4:30 hour. And now it's progressed and right on top of Cincinnati. So that is where the rain is, keeping things nice and cool. But it's that low pressure in that front that's going to come our way. And it's going to give us the chance for some of those showers and storms around for tomorrow. So make sure you have your umbrella handy for tomorrow. And maybe have some backup plans. So we look at the surface conditions for the weekend. Cloudy conditions. Tomorrow afternoon, high temperature right near 85 degrees. But once that front comes through, ahead of that, we'll get that warm air surging ahead of it. And then we'll look at the soupy conditions. And with that, any of those storms that do produce, we could be looking at pockets of some very heavy rainfall. So we look at our temperatures. We're in the 80s right now. 85 degrees in Wilmington, 85 in Nashville. St. Louis, you are cool, right near that low, 78 degrees in Cincinnati, as well as 70 degrees in Chicago, behind the boundary system. Look at that number, 89 in Wichita, 83 degrees in Kansas. And then we look at the temperature, 102 in Buffalo, 100 in Great Falls, and 115 in Las Vegas, and 113 in Phoenix. Dangerous heat is happening right now. This heat wave has been gripping parts of the West Coast for the last week. And I'm telling you, I mean, this is so hard to deal with something like that because it is dangerous. A lot of people may not have AC. And when you look at this heat that's happening right now, it's not budging anytime soon. So they will continue to sizzle across parts of the West. Now, as we look at our planner for us tonight, it has us dry, but I do think, again, you might see a sprinkle, especially a little bit later, closer to the midnight hour. Then 12 o'clock tomorrow, some storms popping up in the midday hours, as well as off and on throughout the afternoon and early evening. Temperatures will be in the 80s. Now, for Sunday, we're not in the slight risk category. We're not in the marginal risk category. We're really just in the non-severe threat. So any storms that do develop, maybe we might get a little hail, some heavy downpours. But overall, we're looking at fairly quiet conditions. But as we look across parts of the Northeast, like Philadelphia into New York, they're in the marginal risk category, and the same for Providence. As we look at these risk factors setting up, those areas are going to be looking at the potential for damaging winds. So again, there's your threat for Sunday. So if you're traveling, that is a little early warning for you. So we look at our futurecast. We're starting it off at 10 o'clock at night. Notice that we're pretty much pretty quiet, but this is Saturday. Columbus, as well as Fort Wayne, that's where the core of that rain is going to be. But that low is getting closer to us. So then Saturday morning, or should say Sunday morning, 7:30, we see things popping up. This is Front Royal. Again, this is 7:30 in the morning. And then we go into your Sunday, 1 o'clock, potentially waves of rain and thunderstorms around. Again, as we head into 7 p.m., another batch. So really off and on, we could be seeing this. It's not going to be a total washout, but certainly, potentially, we could be looking at some of your outdoor plans being interrupted for your Sunday. And then low pressure is trying to pull away. This is Monday, 7 a.m. We are dry for the start. Then we go into the afternoon heating. Storms trying to pop up once again. Start to see those start to pulse. And then they will fizzle out as we go later into the evening. And then that low pressure pulls away. This is Tuesday, 8 a.m. We'll start off with mostly sunny skies. And then the chance for a few isolated storms to show up as we go later into your afternoon. This is Tuesday afternoon, but certainly going to be less in coverage. And Tuesday at 7:30. So really just a chance for a few pop-up storms as we go into Tuesday. Now, as we look at your future rainfall amount, this is just an estimate as we go through the next 72 hours. We're looking anywhere from 2.5 to maybe 0.8 hundredths of an inch for rainfall, 0.8 of an inch for rainfall, in Quantico, 0.9 of an inch in Annapolis, and 1.5 in Gaithersburg. That would be nice. Culpeper, Manassas looks like it's going to be the sweet spot. And then we look at the drought monitor. As we started off July, we were really bad. I mean, we really had a lot of areas that were in red, and that included Culpeper up to Charles, as well as St. Mary's, into Anne Arundel County, over towards the Bay. That was the start of July, extreme drought conditions. Then we look at the very latest, and now the red has been removed for a lot of these regions. Now we're seeing moderate to severe drought across parts of the DMV, as well as into southern portions of Maryland, looking at moderate drought, and then abnormal for right along the mountains. So this is certainly a big improvement It has helped us with our deficit with the rainfall for the year. And then we jump ahead and then we look at the rainfall amounts since July. 3.58 inches for DC. Dulles 5.34. So DC was a little low compared to everybody else, but it's the wettest month we've had so far this year, even though the fact that we're still at a deficit. So we still need to get some more rainfall here, but we are certainly better off than what we were at the beginning of July. But again, Baltimore and Dulles were the big winners with the heavy rainfall. These are your lows tonight. 73 for a low in Gaithersburg, 72 in Manassas, and 70 in Fredericksburg. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to climb it up to 85 in D.C. Scattered storms around for Manassas, Dale City, Leesburg. You're going to be a little cool there with 79. The average is 89 degrees. And then down towards the south and east, 84 for a high in Colonial Beach. And the same for Leonardtown. And again, not everybody is going to be getting the same amount of rainfall, but you do get caught in some of these downpours tomorrow, potentially waves of some heavy rain and heavy precipitation. Frederick, high of 80 degrees for you, 78 in Martinsburg, and then 78 for a high in Winchester. So we look at the beach forecast, and if you were thinking about maybe going to Sandy Point, staying a little closer to the bay, 82. Storms around, very good chance for Sunday, as well as even into Monday. Those storms later in the afternoon. And then Tuesday, 83 degrees, a better day. But look at the rain and the water temperature, 80.06 degrees. Bath water for sure, a little warm. And then we look at Rehoboth Beach as well as Ocean City. Same thing, both days, isolated storms around. Again, Sunday, it has a 20% chance. I think it's a little higher than that. And then Monday, 82 degrees with a 60% chance of rainfall. So we look at the sunsets and what's been happening. Tonight, we have a sunset at 8:19. Then we look ahead for next week, 8:11. Look at the minutes that we're losing for the later sunsets. And then by Saturday, 8:15, I should say August the 15th, we have a sunset at 8:02. This is the thing that makes me the saddest about summer coming to a close is the early sunset. So we look at the pattern ahead for early August. It is going to start off actually quite active with the rain around, but then it's going to heat up. By the time we roll into Thursday, the heat's coming back above average temperatures, and that includes the 90s. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Rain around for tomorrow, nothing severe. Monday, storms possible in the afternoon, high of 87 degrees. Overnight lows will be in the 70s. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, chance for some pop-up storms. Thursday, 90 degrees for the afternoon high. 93 setting up for your Friday with pop-up storms. And right now it looks like rain possible as we head into your Saturday. Hopefully you're having a nice weekend and you don't mind a little bit of rainfall for tomorrow. Of course, we will be on Fox Local as well as Fox 5 DC. We'll see you somewhere.